your ship is well, that only Jolly Roger has been to hell. Yo ho ho, on an adventure we go. In the deep digital high seas, we travel with ease until we reach the outer edge and freeze. The Arctic chill like a very speed hill through the darkness led by our will. Yo ho, on an adventure we go to beyond the outer limits of society, protesting the reality. The pirates will always steal the show. It's the WP on the end, you know. Yo ho, on an adventure we go. Dock our vessels in the Skullport Harbor. Lowland lovers will fight for you harder. Your old first mate went AWOL after a drinking guild hall. The legacy of pirate radio is strong. I hope our mates will come along. The changes we seek may not be long. That is why I wrote this song. And we go ho ho, on adventure we go.
Welcome everybody, friends, folks, foes, and fellow pirate mateys to yet another weekly edition of World Pirate Radio News. It's show segment number 351. I'm your host as always, Robin Hood's Chief Communications Officer, Jaffe Ryder. WPRPN.com is the main website that you'll want to drop by at some point. Of course, we had it all available to the public and easily accessed for the past number of years. Presently, though, we're in the process of moving things over to another host provider. So bear with us as we take care of that. It's looking like it's shaping up to be a pretty transformative endeavor as far as all this business goes. But we still have our archives easily accessible and in place. You can find those quite handily via the show description end of things, BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey, and when they're not censoring us, YouTube, of course. Got to watch out for the YouTube Reds. Not a good thing. Nor is the fact that super billionaire Zuckerberg allows these live streams to only stick around for about a month, I guess it is, in their archives over on Fakebook, and at which point they purged their system. So all things to keep in mind. But yes, BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble, your surefire way to access our archived material. If you appreciate what we've done over the years and are able to benefit to any degree, be sure to like, comment, share, hit subscription notification buttons. That really does help us in a big way, as do the PayPal donations, which we could definitely stand to benefit a little more from. Pirate One Radio at protonmail.com is the email address. It's pirate, the numeral one radio at protonmail.com. Same email address you'll want to use if you have any show suggestions or guest ideas in mind you'd like to have us take into consideration. We've got a Patreon presence as well. We recently, in fact, it had been a while, but we managed to get some free content out there for the whole world, really, to access. The behind the scenes conversation that we had with Paul David Carpenter, I guess it's a couple of years back now, really. It might have been, well, people have to go and see where things stand on that front. It was a lively discussion back and forth, though, and a whole host of different issues. So, well worth your while. We touch on a whole range of different items, ranging from the esoteric to pop culture and just general trivia, historical lore, and so forth. So he's a very colorful guy. Someone who, in fact, it's interesting, is the synchro mystical angle to all this, to some degree. The fact that he just so happens to, he's finding himself with his back to the wall, had been homeless for a couple of days from the sounds of things via Houston, Texas. Thankfully, there was a kindly soul who took him in, perhaps a friend he'd managed to reconnect with through social media, and an old friend, someone who knew of his magical proclivities, talents, and whatnot, and was happy to give him 1 month, 1 month's worth of lodgings. What looks to be a pretty comfortable housing affair, basically a condo of sorts. Is the best that I can make of things. So it's great to know that there are people out there, of course, that will occasionally reach out and lend a hand to others who find themselves in need. So who do we have here? Oh, looks like we've got Tanya from out of Mobile, Alabama, dropping in, along with, of course, Sonny Galactic, someone who, speaking of Texas, that happens to be her home state as well. Tanya, you, or rather, Sonia, you heard of Paul David, his plight, I guess, and there wasn't. We tried, to do our part in asking around and reaching out to folks, but you're down there in Fort Worth, I guess. How far is that from Houston? It's about 4 or 5 hours.
Yes, it is about 4 hours.
Okay. So, but and you've, of course, managed to connect with. You have a friend that you yourself have now has magically found himself a part of your life down there on a personal front, I guess. It's doing a
Yes,
little
absolutely.
nesting and honeymooning, I guess, over the last couple of
Yeah,
weeks.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Uh-huh.
And we're
Pretty
just,
sweet.
yeah, good stuff. Where is John currently? Is he napping, or what's the deal?
He is at his campsite. Yes, he has to work.
Oh, I see. So he's got his own actual
Very.
personal
Yes.
digs. Then, is that right? How cool is that? So, well, what kind
Very
of
responsible type guy.
So what did he bring? He brought like his own big sort of like camper van, or is that how he's traveling these days?
Yeah, it's like just a little trailer camper. Very very small. Yeah, but
Oh,
adequate
okay.
for him.
Something you can just throw on
Mhm.
like a hitch.
Yeah, yeah, behind his truck.
Oh, good stuff.
See, that's great because you can go to your thing, he can go to his, and you guys can give each other space.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's
They're
working
yeah,
out
yeah,
wonderful so far.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's the kind of relationship my dad has currently with his significant other as well as they carry on through their autumn years. A little older than you
Hmm.
guys, obviously, but it's good. That's
Right.
I guess after some time you learn that that's the sort of thing just that really
Farida
helps.
Cola.
Pardon me.
Farida Cola, the artist, she never lived with her husband. They lived in neighboring homes connected by a bridge.
Wow.
What was her name? Frida Cola.
Frida
Oh,
Coela.
koala
Frida
bear.
Coela.
Okay,
Coela. Coela.
Free Willy and Frida Koala Bear. How about that? Start a new campaign.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, and free me from this cat that wants to be now climbing all over my lap. Excuse me if my headphones
Oh,
come
I know
unplugged.
about the kitties.
Oh
Yeah.
jeez. So we're trying to we are in the midst of multitasking here as well. Bear with us, folks. Ladies, if you could do your part maybe in checking out our Facebook. Uh, thank God you're not one of these types that are adamant in ditching your fake book, because I think the real wisdom in sticking with it, even as much as it actually sucks, is use leverage its stupidity against itself, basically, to expose it and
Mhm.
ultimately bring it down, or pressure it to reform itself, hopefully, and be less repressive and ridiculous. As what we experienced through the whole scamdemic, of course, the way they handled that. So, how a lot of people say, "Oh, I just ditched, get rid of my fake book altogether," and just I like
Yeah.
Minds is great. I'll stick with Minds. Minds is wonderful, or Gab, or what have you. These other alternate outlets, social media, but I just really feel quite strongly that it's important to use it there, use and stick with it as long as you can, to leverage use it to leverage itself, in that way, to pressure it and
Hmm.
reveal the contradictions and really injustices that they promote. So, or yeah, there's so much you could say about the whole thing. So, but all right. Well, Tanya, I got to multitask a little bit here. So why don't you two ladies take over, if you would? I'm going to try to get this Linux machine up and running once again. The browsers were not responding, and just to finish the point I was touching on earlier, if both of you could keep an eye on, take a look at YouTube, our YouTube channel, and Facebook, my own personal Facebook, because that's where we live stream through. Of course, the archived end of things, as we mentioned in the introduction, go up where? Over on BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey. That if you look at the, I guess you would say like an anagram, or just the way that the, what are we looking here for? Acronym, perhaps the way I like to think of it as spelling out. It's bro, basically. That's how I remember it most easily. Hey, bro, we're gonna archive ourselves through the bro network, BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey. But yeah, if you could just kind of keep an eye on
Great way to
that.
remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't Jane Staley, she commented, as
Stanley.
did Dr. Francis Boyle right before he was to testify. Or wait, is this an older post?
Hmm.
Nope, it's live now. She's commenting, well, no, there are no comments as of yet, no.
Well, there will be. I'm quite confident of that, and there typically is. We had I think it was close to 10 people now engage the initial
So,
post, so that's good.
Jackie, a bit of news between my city and your country. Um, a South Korean company has offered to buy Austal, which is a company here that builds Navy ships for the U.S. military. Um, they've offered to buy them for $1 billion, and Austal, like, they rejected the deal because, I mean, this is the company that builds U.S. Navy ships. We're not going to give anyone with any ties to China or that's, I mean, I'm not sure how true it is, but I have heard that the company itself is like they don't hire people with Chinese or Russian family because of security reasons.
Where is this? In Korea?
No, a Korean company is
Right.
trying to buy
Yeah,
a shipbuilding company here
sure.
in my city called Austal.
And they don't hire anyone with Chinese or Russian ties of any sort. Is that right?
No, because they're building Navy warships. They
Mm-hmm.
can't.
You know, it's as Danny makes his way here into the room along with Mandu. Come here, Danny. Make yourself at home. I think he's got some issues. I think I finally figured out why lately he's been having some issues with the food that I've been trying to give him in his dish, and it sounds kind of gross, but because of the summer, because of the humid weather, there have been like all I can think of. I guess they're fleas that have to the other cats are okay with where they eat at, but his for some reason there's been. I took a close look the other day. It's like, geez, what are these things? And that might be another
Weevils, maybe.
part. That might be another. He's got skin issues too. So he might put his face down there. They're flying around a little too much and up his nose and in his eyes, and he's just trying to communicate that maybe he's not going to have it. But
Definitely.
when I take that food and take it manually with my hand and just move it away and like set it on the floor, then he eats it, right? So what
Right.
do you guys? What are like these? Are those fleas? You think that maybe have infested and are preying upon his food,
Well,
his wet food?
normally they don't go for anything unless it's heat.
Unless it's
And so
what?
food,
Sorry.
maybe not heat unless it's hot. Like they go towards the heat. That's how they jump to find their you know prey or however you want to say that. But if one cat, if there were fleas, they would be on all of the cats. Not just
Yeah, well, the other two seem okay. There are these little things that do occasionally, even like in the studio here. It's just in the summer, the really hot months, I think, frankly, and then when it cools
yeah.
down, the autumn and winter is not an issue with any of these sort of things. They might even be fruit flies. Now that I come to think of it,
They might be because fleas would be on his skin crawling around. You would see them crawling like
we
maybe with
don't
his
know,
belly
but he
or
does
something.
have what seems to be almost like an
And
allergic reaction.
mhm.
Because his skin, it's the worst of the three. He's got like the chicken skin kind of
Mhm.
symptoms, and I don't know what to do with that other than maybe we could take him into the vet. He's had it forever. It's a ongoing issue. So, but anyways, it's he when the wife comes home, I'll tell you, he's so much happier. He really misses her. They've really like how animals that
Aww.
they imprint, I guess, and Mandu's imprinted. Yeah, he totally he's so into her. It's crazy. Just watching him, it's like, oh my god, this is so pathetic. He's very protective of her too. Like when the wife and I kind of play around and we wrestle and whatnot, and he's a little on edge. He wants to protect her in case he,
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh, that's so sweet.
yeah, he's like gonna stick up for her and fight for her, and I totally get it. It's really fascinating. Dogs are even worse, of course. They're more intense with that, like like they'll growl and of course snap and the whole thing. So, but with Mandu, he's imprinted on the bathroom. He jumps up on the toilet seat and stares into the mirror, and he meows, yows and meows until I come there and touch him and play with him. And it's even got to the point now where I take, like, water from the tap and give them a little kitty shower. Although they say, the experts, I guess, that cats don't really need that sort of thing. And it's funny though, some cats really love water, don't they? And others are terrified.
Yeah, I've seen some cats really. I had a cat that used to jump in the tub with me.
Wow.
Wow, yeah,
Yeah, I had to
indeed.
start locking the bathroom door because if I took a bath, this cat would literally just jump in the water. And I'm like, are you okay?
Adorable.
Yeah, so occasionally I would let the cat go in the tub with me. The
Huh.
cat was like, this is
Ooh.
crazy.
End up getting cat hair all over you when you try to get out, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I just got out and took a shower.
Oh,
You know,
jeez.
like
Wow.
it was kitty bath time, so I would just put on a bathing suit and get in the tub
Hmm.
with the cat and give him a bath because he liked it. And then I would get out of the tub and get in the shower. No big deal.
The things we do for animals.
So you
And then this cat had an obsession. At the time, I had really long hair, and the cat would come into my bed and like paw at my hair, wanting me to fan my hair out on the pillow so that she could sleep in my hair.
Right.
Was this so the cat's no longer with you? It passed away a few years ago.
Yeah, the cat passed away.
Uh-huh. So, what's so interesting here? We got like tech. We're of course, thank God we're at least live streaming. But I'll tell you what, I went through and did every check possible, dumped cookies and the whole thing. Logged out of Restream and did everything we could possibly imagine. It's still coming up as show number 349. So we're going to work on editing that here, changing that over, updating really to 351 as soon as we can. We have no idea where the OBS is getting this information from. It's totally bizarre. Totally.
You could always uninstall and reinstall.
OBS.
Yep.
I
Sure.
I think we've done that. I guess I'll try one more time. I'm getting a little weary of the whole
Right.
thing. It's not something I really lose sleep over. It's just what do you say, like an apology, a mea culpa to the audience. I was listening to some. I sent you that link actually, Tanya. The Songtown guys out of Nashville. And I think it was them that were saying that you should never apologize to your audience. Uh, Maybe it's John Mayer, in fact. Now that I think about it, John Mayer and Conan O'Brien, who happens to be here. Fun fact, folks, a member of the Bohemian Grove, if you can believe that. Conan O'Brien.
And I don't think that that's true. I think that, especially if you're an artist and people are paying you to do a show and something happens and you can't finish the show, it might would be a good idea to say, hey guys, I apologize. I am unable to carry on. Offer them a partial refund.
Well,
You should apologize. Everyone should just be damn genuine. If
in
you
the,
do something wrong, even as a media person, a performer, then you be accountable. Nobody. Well, some people really like fake content creators, etc. But I think we could all grow by being a little more real.
well, yeah, that's a thing for sure. So absolutely.
I agree. I agree. However, there is the thing about not like if it's something out of your control, really,
Mhm.
and it's not that big of a deal, then
Right. Don't apologize for something you can't control. Don't apologize for
right,
your
unless it like
content or
screws up
picking
the
you off.
show, you know,
This is a really
it's a
weird
big
thing though, because it's just started recently and out of the blue, and it's like, what the hell is going on here? So, and it's picking up it's the whole restream business. Like they want to promote their brand here, and that's exactly what they're doing. But they're grabbing information from a couple of weeks ago. We emptied all the archives out over on Restream and did everything from top to bottom, logging in, logging out, deleting cookies, you name it, and it still insists. So we got to go in manually and take care of it that way. That's just the way it goes. But anyways, moving along, what are we looking at here as far as real talking points? What's happening this week that has jumped out at you, ladies, or anyone out there, of course, in the listening audience, as far as current events are concerned, and that includes, of course, personal stories, what's going on in your lives, pop culture, health hacks or life hacks, and just tips for betterment, uh, up upgrading our lives. These are tough times as always. Not getting any easier, of course, as these billionaire bro bastards do every single thing they possibly can to put the squeeze on. And yeah, I mean, it's just wild, crazy. Karl Marx talked about the iron law of wages. Look that one up, folks, if you're not familiar with how that how he uh, theorized, basically wrote about it and commented on what this iron law of wages entailed, but essentially having to do with how everybody works to, try to pay the bills and put away a little in the way of savings, but it's hard to keep up with the rate of inflation, and then of
I
course,
mean,
value of the.
Alabama Power,
Mhm.
where I live, we have the second highest utility power cost in the nation. Like, and I think that they are just willy-nilly sending out random numbers to people because, okay, my studio is roughly 1,000 square feet, like my business space.
Mhm.
How is it that I got with no coolers, no nothing? I don't even use the fluorescent lights overhead unless we're training martial arts. Other than that, it's like really cool little LED lights and stuff everywhere. And tell me how I got a $15,000 power bill one month.
What?
Oh my god.
That had to
You're
be.
joking. That's just. Did they get back to them and they like, whoa, whoopsie, we're sorry, we did the technical error on our.
I went ahead, I like paid the power bill that was due and did nothing. And then nothing else came of it.
You just paid your regular power bill? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and like nothing else came of it. I think that there's some, I mean, the whole like there's a small city outside of Mobile called Pritchard. And like that whole city is basically they have no police force at this time. The whole town is basically breaking apart because of corruption.
Mm.
And but Alabama Power, I think what they're doing is just like what Pritchard Water, they busted the chairman of the Pritchard Water Board with like hundreds, like they were charging people so much money. She had so many like designer handbags and money in her house that was stolen from
Mm-hmm.
the people.
Mm-hmm. Yep, churches are
And
notorious for that too. I just came across a story the other day. Didn't add it to the talking points, but these stories are out there, and it's a lot worse than what most of us probably even have any idea. The embezzlement, and
oh God, Joel Osteen, an Alabama mega preacher guy, they a plumber did some work in his church and they found like $8 million stuffed in a wall.
you're kidding.
I'm not even kidding.
What came
That
of
is not
that?
surprising.
Well, I mean, the people are so brainwashed. This guy actually still has a following.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he's got a great
Yeah.
smile. What do you
He
expect?
was
It's
on TV
great,
media.
those big bright white teeth.
He's got his smile gives creepy uncle, man. I'm getting creepy uncle.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the psychopaths, very charming, very seductive, very, you know, look at the politicians that we have operating at the highest levels, you know, in the world. There's no, people should be very careful in giving any of them a free pass. You know,
Oh yeah, and
those
they
sort of.
do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They
Hello.
No,
work
I said they
together.
do. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they work together.
Who? The politics and
Yeah.
establishment and
Yeah.
the church
Corrupt,
hierarchy.
corrupted criminals. Yes, of course.
Yeah, right. Well, and the whole business of the separation of church and state, great. You know, I of course, that's critical. It's kind of a no-brainer, really. It's all part of
And
how. Hmm.
I just saw a thing earlier, like a former Minnesota prosecutor was arrested for helping run sex trafficking operations.
I'm sorry. What minister?
A Minnesota, a prosecutor from Minnesota.
Right. So like a
Anoka
state.
County Assistant Attorney Andrea Sampson has been arrested and charged with 26 felonies for allegedly helping run a sex trafficking operation.
Wow.
Prosecutors say she secured locations for the crimes and created shell companies to hide the profits while working as a county prosecutor.
Oh yeah. And there's so much more of
And
this
I
that goes
cannot
on
think
than
of
what
his
most people.
name.
Go ahead.
I cannot think of his name, but he was a Florida representative that helped champion the law that they passed to give the death penalties to child criminals, you know. And
Uh-huh.
he is actually going to be facing uh, terms of the law that he helped champion.
I
It
think
came out that,
that was
yeah,
recent this week, wasn't it? This is the most
that was
recent
like yesterday or
news
today. Yeah.
cycle. He's got a great smile too, but you can see though he's been busted. He looks like a deer caught in the headlights. The big
Like,
kind
oh
of, his
God,
eyes are huge.
this was meant to get that guy I didn't like. I was hoping this would get Trump, but it got him instead.
What was it? Some sort of sting operation?
I think so, yeah.
How
I couldn't
stupid!
find the details
Like,
about it.
these people, they think they're untouchable, which I guess at that level they're not, but at the highest, damn near. Although you watch, like, who knows what Trump's going to pull, what fancy legal maneuvering before he leaves office. You can bet there's going to be a thing or two that we've yet to see, and I mean, there is some speculation, of course. He's not the Antichrist. That's Jared Kushner, like 666 Madison Avenue, I believe, is one of their addresses. And look at all the antics, what they've been up to, attempting to pull off, and their role in reshaping the Middle East, Gaza in particular. You want to talk anti-Semitic? Well, it doesn't get any more worse than that. And when we say I use that term, I mean in a sense of liquidation of the indigenous people of Gaza, the West Bank, and beyond. There's lots of Semites in the Middle East, and this, not, uh, the big lie that they've tried to convince everyone is it's all part of a major hoodwinking. Uh, mind fuck, really. It's the big lie that, who is it, Heinrich Himmler, wasn't he or was it Goebbels, probably Goebbels, the propaganda minister, uh, which I think is
You said
perhaps
FUCK.
wrongly attributed to Hitler. But it's like, you don't tell them little lies. You go home, or go
Go big
big,
or go
or
home.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So the big lies are a must, definitely. So
Hi, Roger.
who do we got? We got Roger Hansen on board, do we? I didn't even hear
Yep,
him as he snuck in here.
that's
And
right.
well, let's hear from And where Roger and each of you, let's just round the table. Galacticfire.com, of course, your website. Sonia, you're going to be holding a roundtable here shortly, dealing
Yep.
with what exactly?
Merch store holders, like
Right.
people who have stores. Yeah, so it'll be fun.
Uh
It'll be
huh.
great. Probably
I
won't be happening till September. I am going to be traveling back to Arizona here shortly
well,
for my daughter's sake, kind of thing.
what
And
does
just
she
kind
has
of
a what does she have there?
well, she stayed there, and her man recently divorced, and she has a 3-year-old baby. So I'm just gonna go help her out a little bit and make sure she's settled a little bit because divorce is very hard to deal with.
Yes.
So yeah, so she's having a rough time. So I'm
Oh, jeez.
out
Well,
there.
we don't want to get into the
Hmm.
the finer points, so that's really none of our business. So, it's
Right.
just other than the fact that it's sad to hear. It's unfortunate. Like
Hmm.
anyone, even like you and your new beau, John. I'm hoping that the two of you will. You seem really happy on camera, and
So far,
that
so good, for sure.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, for sure. And there's going to be little things that pop up along the way. There always is.
Yeah,
It's like they grate
that's the
on.
thing about that's the thing though, Jeffy, about adult relationships. They're much different than when you're like younger,
Uh
I guess you
huh.
could say,
That's right. Yeah.
to where you're just way more reasonable about things.
When you're older.
You- yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That it's real because we mature. We have we grow. I mean, we need though. I was just talking about that today with this girlfriend I had at a Deep Cove, Vancouver, when I was younger, and and she came from a wealthy family, and my dad was like, "Geez, we got to marry this girl." You know, her
Yeah,
father is so wealthy. Like, gee, come on. It
yeah.
wasn't because for love or anything, which is a new thing, I guess. Apparently, because back in the day, it was all about status and worldly. You know,
People didn't start marrying for love until the Victorian era.
right? And even that,
Yes,
and then
Victorian. Mhm.
go ahead.
I was just agreeing with Tanya, Victorian. Mhm.
Yeah, and even then, it was like a controversial thing, I suppose. Romeo and Juliet. I guess even during that time was that Victorian? That was Elizabethan. That
I think so.
No, I think
yeah, for
no, that was
Shakespeare,
Shakespeare's
sure.
before the Victorian
No,
era.
I'm saying
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Is Elizabethan Queen
Yeah, it's
Elizabeth,
Elizabethan.
John D. Look, that was all in sort of
Yeah, the
that era.
Enochian guy, the
Who?
psychic to her that
Yeah, he was a freaky dude,
yeah,
man. He's like a really like,
that guy was off the freaking rails. I
but
studied Enochian a lot in high school, and yeah, no.
shout out here to
Yeah.
Zane Ivy.
No.
We do have our first formal content that has been left via the uh, live streaming portion of what we have going here over on Facebook. So thank
Oh,
you to Zane. Tice link regarding the Hanwha making a $1 billion bid to acquire Austal USA shipbuilder, which is this is out of your region, I guess. They've declared a recent, looks like upwards of maybe $80 million loss. So that's I guess why the Korean offshoot of, because they have it's Korea, South Korea is fascist, okay, and I say that
yeah.
in the kindest of terms and most classic sense from the standpoint of how you'll hear it time and again here on the show. Mussolini put it. It's the uh, incestuous relationship between the political world and the corporate. It's and speaking of
Right.
intermarriage, look no further than what we see there. It's like you've got the wealthy out of the political uh, realm and world marrying those that are active and high profile when it comes to their corporate presence. So, which makes sense, I guess. Really, generally you're going to find that sort of tendency. So,
So
what do you
going
expect?
from Canada, like you have, which is so, oh my God, over the top woke fascist. I don't know what the hell is going on up there, but yeah, um,
Oh, they're
it's
communists. It's this
insane.
communist regime.
Yeah, so you
Really.
go from a communist regime of Canada, basically, to the fascist regime of South Korea. I mean, how? I mean, do you feel like the rug is being pulled out from underneath you?
Yeah, it is a little different, but I mean, either way, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? So, either
Right?
way,
Like everywhere's got
w-
its problems. You just have to go with, okay, I like what they have going on here better than here.
well,
If
I kind of, yeah, South Korea, it's like fascism with a Mickey Mouse smile.
right?
Like they get put on this really cutesy, like, oh, it's so cutesy K-pop and anything else. Like they have the, if you watch television, it's always like, oh, we're so cute and funny and entertaining. It's really the proverbial iron fist inside the velvet glove. That's what's,
Yes.
like I was fined, for
It's all a
example.
control
Yeah.
system. They just dress it up in different language and different materials and
Well,
different customs.
yeah. So it's the wife and I right now. It's difficult. I mean, she works the hardest out of the two of us. I work hard at, I don't know. It's like it's tough for me to adjust to it, like the foreign culture and to please the man all the time, especially as you can imagine. With I got to really dial it down when I'm as best I can. Generally, in the work type environment and atmosphere, because you can just imagine how the things that we talk about here on the show go over. Well, you got with it depends on their age, of course. Kids like elementary school age, you really got to be sensitive, obviously, But teenagers, when they're reaching the age of adulthood, in as far as I see it, that's where like the iceberg theory of everything, for example, or Plato's The Cave. And that's how most people are, frankly. I mean, that's how I was to a large extent until after going to university and studying a little philosophy and things like Plato's Republic and other texts where it has you reflect upon reality and the political realm and how history uh history operates, I guess, and it has it rhymes down through time. It repeats itself, but in a rhyming kind of fashion. So, I mean, we damn near had a military coup that they pulled off here just a couple of years ago, and the guy that was behind that, Yoon Suk Yeol. You could tell just by his name that it wasn't going to work out all that well if this guy is like, Yoon sucking y'all. Kind
Yeah,
of
that's
like,
what you said something. I was like, oh no,
yeah, this is this is not going to a good place. So same as
no. It's just,
the
Oh my gosh.
they're so
it's so
corrupt
funny the
though.
way the languages go from, they could mean a similar sound or word could be so different from one language to another.
Yeah. Well, his predecessor Moon Jae-in, I mean, Moon Jae means problem in Korean. I mean, and in
No.
is person. So you got like person problem or problem person, and that he did a great job with the whole scamdemic. Very corrupt. All his people at the highest levels, key positions on the take. Just
Of
taking it
course.
money hand over fist, no accountability. Just like everyone, just like the states, just like Canada, just like every pretty much damn country on the face of the planet. I can't think of too many exceptions. I guess there were. Australia was not. They were totally in league with the World Health Organization and Fauci and Gates and all these. these eugenicist bastards, which I was warned about back in my college days, where I'd already finished with a degree actually, and I had to pick up a couple electives, and I attended this institution based out of the central interior of British Columbia, Prince George, University of Northern British Columbia, and this one biology professor he kind of let it known that the proverbial they, had tried to recruit him and win him over to have him come on board and support their eugenicist agenda. In essentially doing all he could to help liquidate people. And he's like, these people they're bloody, they're crazy, they're insane, like these people have really lost the plot in a big way. Like Malthusian eugenicists, the whole Darwinist, I guess, ideologues, really. And
it's so funny. These people are trying so hard to make their mark. They're trying so hard to reform whatever they think, and they don't realize that they're clinging and craving this idea of immortality, trying to prolong their lives, etc., without really realizing that all of this shit is so temporary. Like,
right. Well, yeah, I guess. They're progenitors, or how do you put it? The people that come after them. It's all about their genetics, their DNA, that it be preserved for posterity's sake. They're that special, So really, like,
yeah. So nothing says loving like kissing your cousin. I mean, that's what half of them are doing anyway. Keep it in the family. It's disgusting.
Just the level of arrogance. There's no humility whatsoever. So.
I mean, the Rothschilds, they actually, I mean, they had a literal art to the way, and these royal families, and I saw it in my family tree because my dad's side of the family is all like royal. And I was looking at the way, this person would marry their great 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 niece, or just make sure it was a third cousin, then this, and it's mind blowing. But they actually have this sick little system within their own little circles that they do that.
Yes. Well, the Buddha even did it apparently, and that's so the story goes. He married his cousin, his I forget her name now exactly, but so he was teased. He was teased. The ancient royals, that was a thing, and that's, of course, we know what it leads to. It's too much inbreeding. Yeah.
Yeah, then you get Habsburg chin.
Right. Yeah. I guess in part it's just basically keep it in the family. It's to maintain power, prestige, position. Speaking of which, there's this one billionaire. Look it up if you get the chance, people. A Chinese billionaire, I guess, and I don't know who he is exactly, but story is that he has God Almighty. I don't know if he's impregnated 1,000 women or he's done it through
the Chinese millionaire. He is, oh God, yeah, the baby farms. Oh shit, yeah.
Test tube babies, and he's got this mansion filled with little cribs.
Mm-hmm.
How many kids? It's like 1,000 children. And you know what he wants out of it all, don't you? You know what the end game. And these are all anchor babies too, I guess. They was all done in the States. So
the Chinese anchor babies, that was a thing. There was a doctor a few years ago that owned a fertility clinic in Texas. Netflix did a documentary about it. I think it was called Our Father, or In the Name of the Father, or something like that. And this guy was basically, these women were coming in to get IV fertilization, all this stuff, whatever fertility treatments, insemination, etc. This dude, like, the women were thinking that they're selecting their profile of siblings by this guy. Yeah.
The Chinese guy, the billionaire.
No, the American doctor in Texas. A fertility clinic. He fathered a bunch of, like, these women were thinking that they were getting inseminated graduate Brad, blah, 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 blah. But it was really the doctor.
It was artificial
Oh, yeah.
insemination, right? Right?
Uh-huh.
I heard it. That was a couple
Yeah.
years ago now, right? Yeah, I heard about that. So
I
that's just
can't
crazy.
trust doctors. Even in
No.
South Korea,
Yeah.
there's this, I mentioned her before, Stephanie Su, the Korean podcaster. She was talking about, did this whole expose on ghost doctors because South Korea is one of the top plastic surgery capitals in the world.
Yes.
Because the job market is so competitive.
It's number
When
one.
you've got 20 people with the same credentials, how do you stand out in the job interview?
Number one for cults. Top in the world for cults as well, apparently, too.
The Brothers Home. The Brothers Home was insane.
Is that a cult movie?
No, that is actually what started. That's what the Squid Games was based off of.
I couldn't watch that. It's like, this is too much art reflecting reality.
Okay, so where it started was in South Korea. There was the Brothers Home. They were trying to clean up Seoul for the Olympics. So they started these facilities where they would gather vagrants. I mean, people that weren't vagrants, like a kid lost after school trying to find his way home.
Just grab
kind
them
of situation.
and what?
Just grab them. Yeah, the cops were in on it. They found several facilities throughout South Korea with like 3,000 to 4,000 people in each facility.
What?
Where they would take them, shave their head,
make
put
them
on a blue
little monks?
No, make them malnourished slaves that they played. The guards would like maybe make people line up and make a bridge, and they would walk across the backs of people, and you better not fall or you're getting shit beat out of you.
What era was this? Recently?
Yeah, this was it was after the Seoul Korean Olympics.
Oh, that's
in 88.
That's 88. Yeah. Well, send the
no,
link.
it was still going on. This went on. This is what Squid Games was founded from.
Based
the idea behind it is the Brothers Home, and it was the Park family. I'm sure they're a big family in South Korea.
There's lots of parks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Park.
And so
Park.
Pastor Park.
Yeah.
And they would have, I mean, these people were starved to death. And how it broke loose was a prosecutor was out hunting and ran across someone that was lucky enough to escape.
Where would they hide them? Like in tunnels and caves in the mountains? Underground?
They were big warehouse facilities. Then they figured they could get more money if they became a Christian organization. So they switched over to that.
Right. Sure.
But yeah,
that's right.
This is, if you can go look it up, that's what the real life event that the Squid Games were based on.
Well, yeah, if you could share a link, that would help a lot too. But that's wild, man. I've never heard of that. Maybe Zane has, but I'll tell you, the whole K-pop industry is very similar in the ways.
It's child abuse. It's child slavery.
Well, they sign these slave contracts, I guess, right? It's like deal with the devil, Faustian bargain. So and there was K-pop has got its fair share of scandals, there's no doubt, but the Moonies, Moon Sung-myung, right, who was in tight with the Bush.
We had a big Moonie problem here in Mobile at that time. There were so many Moonies here.
Well, the Bush crime family, right, and the Moonies, very tight. Very tight. So, and that goes back a few years now, obviously, but Moon Sung-myung has passed away, and who knows what narrative, what story they came up, as far as being able to spin that whole deal and maintain his